Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Anshu Sharma and my love to all of you. What happens in our brain when we are presented with some new information? How does our analytical consciousness perceives and processes any new information coming in? This is our topic today. Fillers or filters of our analytical consciousness accepts a new information readily that resonates. But what happens when a new information or situation does not resonate? Anything that does not resonate is considered off balance and is stored in our brain to be analyzed later. Consciousness then either rejects or mutates the structure, and this also creates some feelings within of like distrust, doubts, confusion, unhappiness, or any other negative emotions, saying something new has come into our awareness that is not right and has to be dealt with. For example, this happens when you see your car dented, or you see the food which is rotten, or someone abuses you, or some new mandates are put in place, which is happening now. So, through alchemy of analytical process, that is a natural process, consciousness consults heart and the heart advises. Based on the advice, new ways to construct a balanced hologram is implemented. So both work, the heart consciousness and also your analytical system within the brain. The new structure is then mutated through your action. For example, you discard the rotten food or your dented car is fixed. When this new structure is dealt with, then you shift into the new reality and the peace and satisfaction is returned to your system. But some information concerning your health, your body, for example, VC to you and to your children now, or new mandates, or any other information which concerns your and your family's security, freedom, and also their future, then these situations require more study, more postponement of your decision, and more involvement of your analytical consciousness until your consciousness level either accepts, mutates, or rejects it. Repeated attention on off balance situation along with the heart vibration is required. When you are not able to mutate the structure easily and quickly, then what you say, you reject it, and then you say, yes, I see it, but I am not able to accept it, so I do not accept it, I rather reject this reality. So this is the metaphysical reality or process which is happening at quantum level when your analytical brain works with your heart resonance. And this is a natural process, and this is the alchemy of your analytical process along with your heart resonance. So let's see now what actually happens in the brain. Our analytical brain combines all memory imagery in our hologram, in our combined hologram. In one hologram, there are many imagery concerning you, your health, your well-being, your job, or your kids, or your other relatives and um, the society as a combined, all there are as different imagery in your hologram. When we perceive something new, then we start projecting a frequency vibration in our hologram. Something new has come. So we start introducing a new image in our existing hologram. This immediately starts a new formation along with many other reality projections already happening. This happens along with many other realities we project as geometrical patterns of light, sound, and colors from moment to moment. Our brain has an enormous capacity to combine all these patterns in one and presents it as a hologram to our analytical brain to analyze, to discern, to change, to delete, or to accept the new information. All this happens in a split of second. When a new information or a situation comes bringing new imagery in our hologram that is congruent with the previous one, combined frequencies of the brain and heart accept it. Brain compares, accepts, and combines this new frequency to the combined resonance of the hologram as a whole. Based on how much time you give it to your analytical consciousness to reflect and give consideration to the new information, it is then accepted, mutated, or rejected. Sometimes we immediately accept it because we do not give time to our analytical brain because we are busy. And then something which is off balance comes into our awareness, and because of the lack of time we put or give it to ourselves, then immediately that new information, even if it's not beneficial to us, gets accepted. So what happens when the natural analytical process coming back to our attention and reflection is suppressed, manipulated, and controlled through direct or indirect or predictive programming, which is happening on a mass scale right now. So this process is then abused and suppressed slowly through slow poisonous programming described elaborately in my video available on my YouTube channel Anshu Sharma 90 under the topic Is Humanity at a Crisis Point and What You Intend to Do About It. This link is in the description box. So the detailed method of programming, to understand that, you can see this video. This natural process is deliberately shut down through exposing you to negative frequencies and programming. So your natural analytical process gets shut down. Programming is done through the school system, through kids' video games, movies, and other platforms such as Netflix, through government, and through so-called sometimes intellectual speeches, and through media and press. Your perception is slowly gets manipulated, distorted, and controlled, shutting down your analytical system, making you robotic and lazy, or making you too busy. so that you do not pay attention to your learning and you get too busy in your earnings and entertainment avenues. So, this analytical process does not activate. Many people are being brainwashed and taken to a new location of the choice of the dark forces by projecting their narrative and frequency sequences in your hologram, which you have a choice to either accept, project, or reject. So when you accept and project, and then it becomes your current and future reality. You are taking in specific imagery in your hologram without any resistance, and this specific imagery is certainly not from your own choice, and sometimes it is actually detrimental and definitely not in your benefit. You are then bypassing the route of analytical process. You are choosing a negative reality without realizing you are being programmed. You are being trained to follow the orders, take in and follow the frequencies of the commands of your controllers without any comparison through your analytical process. So this is how new belief system is so slowly introduced to you. The energetic field protecting and guarding you comes down. You are being framed. Your analytical process shuts down. The dark forces who are doing it consciously and deliberately know this process very well. They have done it through many of their secret programs, through MK Ultra, and still doing it through predictive programming. So you can watch this movie called Divergent, which is freely available on YouTube, and then you can have some understanding about how this programming is implemented deep within all of us, within our young children, through negative frequencies, negative actions, and through drugs extra. This process takes place, and how now the measures are in place to do it worldwide on humanity. So programming is also being done through music, through TV programs, through movies. Even parents and teachers are doing, without realizing, of course. Media and magazines are doing. You can listen to the violence, racism, hatred, sexism, and other negative things you hear on the news, radio, music, and mainstream media. Sometimes we wonder, because we do not, in our actual reality, we do not see that much hatred, racism, or violence, but they are through on the screen. We definitely see them a lot. So people are absorbing this programming either unconsciously or through learning. The government or other higher ups are using fictional movies or books as a mass mind control tool to make the population more accepting of planned future events. This is predictive programming. Predictive programming was first described and proposed by researcher Alan Watts, who defines predictive programming as: predictive programming is a subtle form of psychological conditioning provided by the media to acquaint the public with planned societal changes to be implemented by our leaders. If and when these changes are put through, the public will already be familiarized with them and will accept them as natural progression, thus lessening possible public resistance and commotion. So we have to be very aware of this predictive programming, which is constantly being projected through movies, something which dark forces plan to do in the future. It is being slowly introduced so that public gets desensitized. You see how smart or rather devious our controllers have become. The solution is to increase our own awareness through our own education, and we also need to educate others. This we can this way we can draw up and strengthen our protection shields which are naturally given to us. We give attention to our inbuilt analytical system daily through reflection and contemplation, which we have already seen how this analytical process, if we give attention and time, it automatically compares whether the information is beneficial to us or not, and then it rejects or accepts it. So no, without your conscious understanding and time, you give it to yourself, you cannot exercise protection for yourself and for your family from a constant barrage of someone else's narrative. So this is all for today. Thanks for listening. Please do watch Yuri Besneve's video and my summarized version of his talk and his book to have more understanding of this direct and predictive programming, which is done in stages over a long period of time. So links are attached in the description box and also here. So please share such videos with your friends and family. Thanks for supporting my work. Without your active support, there would be no motivation for me to go on. So take care, lots of love and light. Till we meet again, bye.